It might be one of Europe's smaller capital cities, but it's chock full of imperial grandeur.
This is where it's at for classical music and a very special kind of dance.
1, 2, 3, back, side, forward.
If you have a sweet tooth, this is the place to be. Vienna has more than a few pastries, and I'm gonna try them all.
Hello world, I've been waiting for a chance to see your face. Oh, hello world, I am ready for a different kind of place. And I'm flying to somewhere else, 'cause I'm searching for something else. And I'm leaving, I don't know where I'm gonna land. Oh no, yes, I'm leaving, I don't know where I'm gonna land.
Hello and welcome to Travelers. Looks like we made it to Vienna, Austria. I'm Foster Solomon.
I'm Patrick Michael.
And I'm Robin Kipp.
We found a city full of music, dance, art, and some incredible imperial sights.
Not to mention some fabulous chocolates and cakes.
And the center of the city is just a few minutes away, so let's go.
Welcome to Travelers.
A lot of people fall in love with Vienna and stay here for the rest of their life.
I was born in the very south of Austria, moved here 26, 27 years ago, and the longer I live here, the more I like it.
Kann das wie bei mir zu Hause, also dass man mehr schneller zu was kommt.
But Vienna is very exciting and interesting, and you can do much more things than at home.
You don't have to go very far if you want to be in the nature, if you want to go hiking or skiing, or just you can do everything here.
On a nice day you just sit down, relax, and hopefully come home in time.
The best thing about Vienna for me is music.
Art and music is kind of the framework to everything, because Vienna has this great imperial history, it has art, it has music, and which it is famous for worldwide.
For nearly 7 centuries, from 1278 to 1918, the Habsburg dynasty presided over one of Europe's greatest empires from here. All of Vienna's most famous sites, the Hofburg complex, the landmark spire of St. Stephen's Cathedral, the beautiful garden palace of Schönbrunn, and more, owe their existence to the Habsburg rulers.
Vienna actually began around 400 BC as a Celtic settlement along the fertile Danube River Valley. Now, you won't actually see the mighty Danube cutting through the downtown. In the 1890s, city planners altered the course of the river to prevent damage from frequent flooding. Now, a small canal system cuts through the inner city, while the riverboats cruise the main river to the northeast.
Tourism is the big industry here. In fact, Vienna has more visitors annually than residents. But the 1.5 million people that make this Austria's biggest city are sure to welcome you with characteristic Viennese warmth and humor.
Describe for me the people of Vienna.
Oh my God, it depends on what kind of the day you meet them. In the morning they are quite grumpy.
Viennese people are strange.
If you meet them in the traffic, they're horrible.
A real Viennese doesn't exist. It's a mixture of Hungarian, Slovakian, German, Italian. The real Austrian or the real Viennese, I would say, is not existing.
In the evening, when you meet them in the wine restaurants, they can be very happy.
What do I think of Vienna?
Do you like it?
I love it.
In the mid-1800s, Emperor Franz Joseph orchestrated a major rebuilding of Vienna. He created a circular road called the Ringstrasse and lined it with grand buildings. The first of these buildings completed was this, the State Opera House. It opened in 1869 with a performance of Mozart's Don Giovanni, and it continues to stage major operas today. But the big event around here is the annual Opera Ball. Spectators have been known to pay up to 150,000 shillings. That's around $10,000. Just to see the high society Viennese youth dance the dance of ages, the waltz.
During the height of ball season, which is about November to February, there can be over 300 waltzing and dance balls going on in the city. But unfortunately, we weren't here at that time, so Robin and I opted to go to a school called Elmire here, which is one of the more prestigious waltz schools here in Vienna.
Do you have any clothing that would be appropriate for this type of exercise?
I should look more like you. I should have
yes,
a tie.
more or less like this. We have this dress code here in the dancing school.
Some shoes. I'm standing here looking like I'm from Mayberry or something, you know, and I knew he was going to say, you're going to need to go change. So I was already just like, okay, fine.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this better?
Beautiful, perfect. So, we are now going to see what Viennese waltz is all about. It's very easy to learn because you just have to repeat the same 6 steps time and again. We start, the right foot goes forward, the left foot to the side, and then we close, and left foot, side, close. It will be 60 beats per minute, that's the speed.
60 beats per minute, meaning I have to do a lot of those?
You have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the Viennese waltz.
Where's the turning
box?
part come in?
That will come now.
Oh, okay.
It's forward, side, close. It's forward, side, left foot, forward, side, turn.
Mr. Elmire was very patient with us, and he had to be because we had a hard time getting the steps down, right?
And 1, 2, 3, 4. Left foot.
Can you do it? Are you having a hard time?
Just remember, the right foot always goes forward and the left foot always backwards.
Okay. Right forward, left back. Okay.
Yes, right forward, left back. And
Once you get into the rhythm of it, it's a beautiful sweeping motion that just takes you across the floor as if you're not touching the floor.
left, back, side, right, forward, side, left, back, side, right, forward, side, and so on. Yeah, very good.
It gets that fast?
It gets much faster. It's still easy if you dance it alone, but together it's a bit more difficult, but still it's just practice.
The woman approaches, and then the man takes the first step and he leads the woman across the floor.
And 1, 2, 3, forward, side, turn, 1, 2, and the lady, right foot forward, left foot backwards, the other right foot, and forward, side, close.
There's the first injury.
I want you to get the
First injury.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and
What do we do now?
We were so close.
You know
see,
something's wrong, you
there's-
just
there's
don't know
one-
what it is.
The trouble is that it's always the gentleman's fault in dancing. I'm
Are
afraid.
you really? Seriously?
Sorry. The man is supposed to know it so well, and he's supposed to lead so forcefully that the woman is not even supposed to know the waltz. She doesn't even need to know it. She's gonna just be completely whisked away.
1, 2, 3, back, perfect. And
After our private lesson, Mr. Elmire brought in 6 couples that were former students of his, and they did a formation dance. It was a chance for us to see what the full potential of waltz could be. What made you decide to learn the waltz? Were you doing some other type of dance or what?
Well, it's a part of Vienna's life, and all teenagers like to go to the dancing school and meet some other teenagers in their age.
What does the waltz make you feel?
It's a wonderful feeling when you have a partner you have a certain harmony with, and it's just great.
Well, I tend to forget every problem. It's just a very nice feeling, and I'm happy when I'm dancing.
If you just dance it like we do, it's just like flying around.
Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Up next on Travelers.
During the 16th and 17th centuries, Turkish armies attempted to invade Vienna twice. They got close but never succeeded. They did manage, however, to leave their mark in the form of a hot caffeinated beverage. The Viennese have found dozens of ways to serve coffee, and you just might need a cheat sheet to order it.
You want something special? With milk, without milk, or with cream, or with liquor? Something
With
like
liquor?
that? With liquor, yes.
No, none of that. Actually, what I have is I got a list of all the different types of coffee that you have. So
Let me see.
If you could tell me what some of these are. We've got Einspanner.
Yeah, this is with whipped cream. Yeah.
Whipped cream, but it's still just coffee.
Yeah.
No
coffee?
liquor or anything.
No.
Okay.
No. A Großer Brauner is a double espresso with a little bit milk also.
Well, what's the difference between the first one with cream and this one with
No, this is whipped cream.
Whipped
and
cream.
This is
flat cream?
Flat cream, yes.
The longer tier.
Yeah, this is verlängerte. This is coffee with more water, yeah. Light coffee.
Melange?
Melange. This is coffee with milk.
With milk?
With milk, yeah.
So milk, cream, whipped cream.
Steamed milk, yeah.
Okay.
Consul is with an eggnog.
Eggnog.
Yeah.
Eggnog and coffee.
This is with liquor, yes.
How do you say that one?
Farisea.
Farisea.
Yeah.
With liquor. A bit too early in the morning for me. Gold.
The gold is a single espresso with cream, but not the fat cream.
I'll have the smaller, the kleine brown.
The kleine brown.
Smaller, the single espresso.
And the Einspanner.
And the Einspanner and the verlängerte.
And the verlängerte.
I want to be very awake this morning.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Einspanner, verlängerte Schwarz, gerne braun, ja?
This is the Kleiner Brauner.
Kleiner Brauner.
Yes. This is the verlängerte. Yeah. And this is Einspanner. This is the coffee with whipped cream. We serve it in a glass.
All right. Vielen Dank.
Yeah. You're very welcome, sir.
Thank you. Well, glad I got that straight. Now, for something sweet to go with your coffee, we're going to go to Robin, who's trying one of Vienna's most famous cakes right now.
Chocolate heaven! Chocolate everywhere! Vienna is known for its torts all around the world, and I wanted to find out a little bit more about the Sacre Tort. So I went to the Hotel Sacre to meet the chef, Chef Figler.
Das überall in jedem gut gängigen Fachbuch vorhanden ist.
It's just so famous. So in every pastry recipe book all over the world, you will find Sachatat.
And what's going on here?
Möglichst viel Luft reinzuschlagen, damit die Torte richtig locker wird.
So what they're doing is they're whipping this for a very long time, so they get a lot of air in it, because they're not using any artificial things. They just do it in a natural way, and you have to whip it for a very long time to make it fluffy.
How can you tell that it needs more time?
Woher wissen Sie, dass es noch länger braucht?
Und von der Cremigkeit, je cremiger das es wird, desto lichter wird die Masse.
By the color. The more it's whipped, the lighter it gets, and the more creamy it is.
Oh, it looks so tasty. I can eat it right now.
Schaut so lecker aus. Sie würde es am liebsten gleich essen.
Das soll ja auch sein.
That's the way it should be.
Oh.
Very good, huh?
Wunderbar.
So they're mixing now the chocolate and butter mixture and the whipped egg whites.
Schnell vermengen kann, ohne dass sie zusammenfällt, ohne dass sie an Volumen verliert.
So the secret here is you need an experienced person to mix the two things so fast so that they don't lose volume.
An experienced hand.
Experienced hand, yes.
They take this very seriously. This is a delicacy, and he's very proud of what comes out of his kitchen. More?
But not
My hand's
too
falling
much.
off.
Ja, gut.
I'm losing my hand.
Just keep on.
Make my hand.
Gut.
Help! They slice the cakes in half and then they put apricot marmalade all over them. Let that soak in. And then this next step was to put this deep, dark, rich, wonderful chocolate on top of it.
They're making 3,000 cakes a day during Christmas time. That's when they make most of the cakes.
Okay. So it just falls off the sides, right?
Das ist gar nicht so einfach.
It's not
Das
so
ist noch
easy.
einmal-
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Das Ganze sieht
I'm
noch-
sorry. Here.
Sorry?
There, that good? It's all right?
Ja, das Ganze schaut noch nach Massaker aus.
It looks like a massacre.
It looks like a massacre.
Aber wir probieren es noch einmal.
We try again. We try again.
Wie seinerzeit Johann Strauss beim Dirigieren.
You're doing it like Johann Strauss conducting.
Einmal noch.
Once again?
Okay. Across.
Just once.
And finally, I did it very evenly across. And he said, okay, it's better. I'll dig in. Danke. It was heavenly. And he said, this is how it's supposed to be eaten. With coffee and the cake and the whipped cream and a piece of time to relax and enjoy it. Ah.
Everywhere you look in Vienna, there's art. Well, coming up next on Travelers, we're going to check out one of the sweetest collections in town.
You know, Vienna isn't just about music and art.
It's also about action.
Today, in the shadow of City Hall, this is where it's at.
It was sport and fun day. It was just a day of exhibitions of different types of sporting things that you can do in and around Vienna.
You have any idea how to do this?
Not a bit, not a clue actually. That's the good part. See, I'm this close to the Alps. How could I not come try this?
Go on the backside edge. Yeah.
Okay.
like this.
Right.
So you get like when you do this,
Right?
you get slower,
You know,
and put
Okay.
it down, you get faster.
faster.
Yeah. Can you show?
Oh, he's gonna show. Yeah. I can do that part.
Yeah. The weight on the front foot, on the left foot. Put the weight on the front foot.
Pouring it downhill.
Oh, Robin, you're a big help, huh?
Yeah, downhill.
Oh. Scared you, didn't it?
Patrick. Call it a day.
Whose day? Jerry Lewis's?
Yeah.
How far long have you been doing it?
8 years.
8 years.
No, you in 3 days. If you do it consequent every day, in 3 days you can go down like everybody here.
I didn't really use this board this much. Most of it was right here.
So put a pillow in here.
The thing that was the most bizarre to me was the human foosball.
Hey, look! Vienna sausage.
Yeah, no kidding. And there's a big pole and you have to hook yourself to it. So even if the ball is coming somewhere near you, if it's out of reach, you can't get to it.
This is pretty ridiculous.
No hands, Robin!
It wasn't just me, Foster, and Patrick out there. There were 2 other guys who are offense too, but I never saw them. The only thing I really saw was the bottom of the ball flying right at me, right in my face. Great, thanks, Patrick.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Good work, guys. That's good. Thanks a lot.
Matt, help me out here.
Push this spoon in my. Wherever I go, wherever I travel, all over the world, I always take something from home. And for me, it's this, Pez. When I found out that we were coming to Vienna, the birthplace of Pez, I had to meet with somebody here who knew more about Pez. So I found this collector, and I arranged to meet him at one of the candy stores. You must be Johan?
Right, yes, hello, nice to meet you.
Is this where I can get my famous Pez?
You can get here a few of those, the new ones. The Star was very popular, but if you're looking for old ones, it's better to come to me. I can show you something.
Do you sell a lot of Pez?
Yes,
Really? A lot of
Really?
people come to get the candies too?
it's good. It's very good.
What's the most popular? Is it more chocolate?
In Austrian,
Yeah.
Mozart candies.
Mozart.
candies.
And what's inside them?
Marzipan, nougat.
Ma'am? Do you ever eat? Excuse me. Do you ever eat this? Pez?
I think it's for kids only, you know?
Do you ever eat any? You never eat any? See, you.
No.
You bend their little heads back. Strangely enough, Pez is not all that popular here. It used to be for adults back in the 50s, but now it's really, lemon, lime, cherry, and it's all for kids.
I have peppermint at home, I have wild cherry at home, I have hot peppermint, super mint, which is...
how long can they really last? Do you eat them anymore?
I'm not sure, there's no date of expiry on it, huh?
Johan is actually a serious collector, and he's got an incredible collection at his house.
Ready? Okay.
But in order to get to his house, we got to take the public transit.
This direction. Here's the train station. Oh, you want to have a snack, a little snack? Very famous Viennese snack.
Do I want to have a snack?
Yeah.
Right outside the train station, we bought this Vienna tradition.
And that's Leberkäse Semmel. That's the pepperoni.
Nice peppers there.
Yeah. And that's the liver cheese. What? tastes good. It's only called like that. You can also call it blam blam or dip dip. It's a special type of
Or
sausage.
George. We could call it George.
George, okay.
Then you punch it and it tells you 20.
20 shillings, yeah. Don't lose your liver cheese roll.
Yeah. The tram is actually a pretty good deal. It's 20 shillings to get anywhere around town. That's about, $1.50, $1.70, something like that. Do you ride this a lot?
Sometimes if I go to central town, I have to take these trams because we have no park spaces here. So if you go by car, you can drive there, but then you find no park place. Then you have to go back home again.
And it goes pretty much around town. Everywhere you need to go, there's a tram?
Nearly everywhere, yeah.
I had pockets full of Pez that I'd brought from home, but I didn't want to reveal them until we got to his place. I am so out of my league, I can't begin to tell you. You didn't tell me you were a collector of everything else, too.
I'm basically a toy collector, so this is...
Ay. Look at all the stuff to play with.
Mixture of everything. These are called regulars. They had no funny head on it. It resembled like a cigarette lighter. And that was also the intention of the invention of Pez. The old Eduard Haas hated smokers. He was a dedicated non-smoker. So he tried to invent something for keeping the smokers away from smoking cigarettes. So he said, instead of smoking, you should eat a little peppermint tablet. And then they had the idea to go also to the kids. They made the funny heads and also better tasting candies.
He's got Pez from the very beginning. I mean, he's got the granddaddy Pez.
So this is the only one in existence on the whole world. This will sell $6,000 to $7,000.
No way.
The only one known up to till today.
And then collections of Pez that he just keeps to trade with other people. I brought some American Pez. Pez from home. Now, I know you guys probably have Spider-Man, right?
No, we don't have. It's not popular in Austria, so this are not for sale in Austria.
How about this little Halloween guy?
Not available. We have no Halloween in Austria.
Oh, man, this is getting good. Yosemite Sam.
We have this one, but you got the American version with a long beard.
This is going to get
I'm excited.
good.
I'm really excited.
Oh! Electric.
Electric, but loaded.
See? Oh, yeah.
You managed to
ready?
load it.
You ready?
Oh.
Just hold your hand right out like that.
I never saw it working. Oh, it's popped out.
He wasn't really that impressed with my collection that I brought, but he did let me do some trading.
What about this glowing Papa Smurf? Was it glowing
Papa Smurf?
Wile E. Coyote. This droopy dog with movable ears.
Oh,
the new one has been printed on.
That's a good thing.
This was only available for a very short time in Hungary. These three you want to have?
These three. And you get all this and electric Pez. The stuff that I gave him was probably worth $20 somewhere along the way, when you trade. The stuff that I took out of there, probably worth $200. It's a deal?
It's a deal. It's an advantage for you, but it's a deal. Okay. Okay. Have fun with it.
Thank you.
Tell me what it's like to be in a school on a boat.
Super.
Is this typical, this break area and everyone going crazy?
Absolutely
nuts,
typical.
Out of their minds?
Yeah.
Has this boat ever taken off down the river?
No.
You want it to?
Yes.
When you think of Vienna, you might think of Mozart, Beethoven, or Strauss and the grand buildings of the 17 and 1800s. But the 1900s also had its novelties. You'll find innovative architecture and designs throughout the city.
And in a world of 20th century ideas, there's also the work of a very famous former resident. Sigmund Freud lived and worked here until the Nazis forced him out in 1938. Today, you can visit the Freud Museum and pay tribute to the father of psychoanalysis.
Or check out the current intellectual scene. Foster's visiting a school that's floating some new ideas about education.
I'm here in Vienna's 21st district, an area that actually borders on the Danube. And there's something here that's a little non-traditional. Tell me what it's like to be in a school on a boat.
Super. Das ist das einzige auf der Welt, wahrscheinlich ist das einzige Schulschiff.
It's the only school ship in the world.
like something's happening. Are they coming?
Watch out.
Are we going to get stampeded?
That's what we get, yeah. The amazing thing about breaks in here is we don't have a bell. We just don't have a bell.
Is this typical of Austrian high schools? This break area and everyone going crazy?
Absolutely typical, yeah.
Out of their minds?
Yeah,
soccer
that's what
balls
they do.
and everything?
That's what they do, yeah.
What's the age range?
The age range is 10 to 18. And you've got like two sections. It's 10 to 14, which everybody has to attend school. And they can sort of go into other branches. You can opt out into economical classes, economical skills, or economy orientated, technically orientated. Or stay here, which is small languages.
I think looking out your window and seeing water flowing by has got to be a lot nicer than seeing the same thing every day. Boats are going by, things are happening.
We're actually leaving Schulschiff area because that's a school ship in German. Schulschiff.
Oh, Schulschiff. Oh, okay.
Because that's, as you can see, that's sort of the end of our ship, and in there, that's really funny, is what we call the sports islands.
What are the other sports here? I see a basketball net, volleyball.
You can do absolutely anything. You see all these zigzag lines in here.
Yeah.
But you can see it's basketball. They can pop up the volleyball nets. They can play football in here.
It looks like any other high school anywhere. It's only you have to look out a window, see the water. You have to stand outside to see that it's in any way different. Why did they decide to have school on a boat?
Bei einer Landbauschule, und diese Schule hat nur in etwa 370 Millionen gekostet.
Right, so there's basically two reasons. This district, this area, desperately needed another school. And it takes very long to build a school, like a normal school on the grounds. It takes like 5 years, and this one took 2 years, 2 Jahre.
2 Jahre.
2 years, and it's a matter of costs.
Did these ships actually go down the Danube? Were they seaworthy, and what were they used for if they were?
Dieses Schiff könnte nicht abfahren, wenn mit diesen 130 Metern ist dieses Schiff für die Donau zu groß, sie könnte nicht mehr wenden.
This ship we're standing on couldn't go anywhere. It's too big.
Was it built just to be a school then?
It was built to be a school.
Oh, okay.
It's just designed as a school, as nothing else. And we haven't got any engines, we haven't got any wheels, and we haven't got a captain. We could sail down the Danube, right the way down to Romania, to the Black Sea, but we couldn't turn on the way, so we would have to go down the Black Sea, turn in the Black Sea, and go up again.
Okay.
Doesn't make much sense, does it?
Yeah, not too efficient. I think we'll just stay right here.
Not too efficient there, we stay here.
Dad? Dad? Yeah.
We'll put that away.
You can try to get these. These are kind of hidden. Vintage Vienna.
Next on Travelers.
Seems wherever you go in Vienna, there's history and culture. The 19th district here in the Northeast region is no exception. Just down the street from us is the house where composer Johann Strauss wrote one of his first waltzes.
Now, this area is also known for agriculture, and we're going to go pick one of this region's favorite crops. Let's go. One of the things Vienna is known for is wine, and Robin and I got a chance to go to a really famous vineyard here inside the city limits. This is
it.
You rang.
Hi.
Welcome to Mayan Fablets.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Mario Gall is the name.
Foster.
Please.
This is Robin.
Hi, Robin. Come in.
Okay. So tell us, what is this place that we're at right now?
Well, this is a family-owned wine estate from Meyer. Also, it's Beethoven House. This is where Beethoven lived in this house in 1817, and this is where he composed the Ninth Symphony.
It was a winery when he composed it?
Yes, of course it wasn't so large as like it is today.
Mario, tell me, you have an accent. I think it's Australian. What brought you here to Austria?
Oh, it's a long story.
Mario took us out to the vineyard, and I was thinking, we'd go out the back gate. There's a vineyard. I was stunned at how far you had to drive because it is so vast and big.
That's Vienna.
No kidding.
As you know, that Vienna is the only capital city in the world with a commercial wine-growing region within the city limits. Vienna has 740 hectares. Yeah, not bad, hey? We can supply just about the whole city with wine if we want to. Schau nicht so müde rein, tu weiter!
What was that? Look like you're working hard?
No, so don't look so tired.
And he gave Robin and I a couple of pairs of shears, and we went down there and started picking grapes.
So, as you can see, very healthy. Cut him off here. You got to put the bucket down.
Oh.
You take one hand here and you cut. Yeah, cut him and then throw him into the bucket. That's it, and you just keep on going. That's right.
But how do I know if it's healthy?
If you have healthy soil, you have healthy vines. And with healthy vines, of course, you get very good raw material.
Ooh, bad grapes. Foster and I, with Mario's help, saw every part of the process that the grape takes to become a wine. Uh-oh. You can have it this one.
Where are you?
I'll turn on the machine now.
Just
okay,
pull them down.
pull them down.
And it doesn't
okay?
matter that there are like some...
No, it makes no difference.
Okay. Why is it not pushing grapes
there's
out?
a circular basket in there.
Yeah.
And that turns around with fingers and throws the grapes through the holes of the basket, but the stalks cannot go through the holes, and they're pushed out on the other end.
Oh, okay.
How much of a harvest is this?
Hey!
Foster, are you okay?
I fell off
What
the
happened?
thing! I did think that we were going to get here and get a chance to, take the shoes off, probably wash the feet beforehand, but then get into a big vat and stomp some grapes.
So this is where the musk, as we call it over here, comes to. This is where we pump it in from the crusher into here, as you can see. This is called musk, and we leave it here at skin contact. We leave it here, it depends on which variety it is, how long we leave it on skin contact. The longer we leave it on the skins, the more intensive in colour, of course. And we leave it here, for example, this Grüne Veltliner, about 1.5 to 2 hours, and then it will get pressed.
So what is this now?
The musk is coming in here and going into the press. And the press is revolving, so we have the free run. The free run is the grape juice that runs from the press down freely. And that's the best quality.
Mario then took us down into the cellar.
How long does it take to become a wine then?
Well, from the grape to a wine, it takes roughly, we're looking at around about 4 to 5 weeks.
That's it?
That's it. That's actually quite long.
And then it's in the bottle that I can pop it open and have a drink? Oh.
It's just a finished wine that's for storage.
And we were finally taken to try the wine. Foster tried the wine, and it was a fruity, dry wine.
I know nothing about...
First of all, you're holding the glass wrong.
Look at that, okay.
A glass is like a woman. Yes, you always have to hold the woman on the hips, not on the head. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, and then she swings a little bit.
This looks like her foot, actually, that I'm holding.
Well, who knows?
Okay.
You swing it around. Why do we swing it around? Because when we add oxygen to the wine, we free the bouquet.
Okay.
So you swing it around and then smell. Just sip it, okay?
Tastes very good.
It's very good, yes.
So I've been told that Vienna is the city of wine, women, and song. I haven't necessarily gotten to the women and song part, but the wine part is an excellent tradition, and if the rest of it can follow in the excellent tradition of the wine, then I'll probably be very, very happy.
This is going to pull your pants off.
Good thing you're behind here. I'll turn around.
Coming up,
Vienna's Sound of Music.
next on Travelers.
Vienna's roots as a city of art and music go back to the 15th century. King Maximilian I, a poet and singer himself, funded a court filled with artists, a tradition that caught hold and flourished throughout the city. In the 1700s and 1800s, this neighborhood called Spittelberg was inhabited by actors, and today you can find cafes and boutiques here. But for the most famous of King Max's legacies, you'll have to keep your eyes and ears open.
The Vienna Boys Choir is probably the most famous choir in the world, and it's been around for the past 500 years. So it's a choir of tradition and excellence.
Even though the Vienna Boys Choir performs all over the world, they also perform regularly here in Vienna.
The members of the Vienna Boys Choir are 10 to 14 years old. They come from all over Austria, but they live and study in Vienna. Patrick and I visited where they live, and we met one of the directors.
I started out here as a choir boy myself, and meanwhile I've had my two oldest sons already in the choir. So I'm the longest choir boy, or longest living choir boy here in the second half of the century.
Now, what did you sing when you were here?
I was a second soprano, and I'm very proud to say I was a soloist on the many tours that I had, and I sang about 400 concerts on the various tours. This is our main hall, which we use for receptions, for rehearsals, and for concerts. And since 1948, after World War II, we were allowed to live here and use this castle as a part of our home. Sometimes not very easy to have a Baroque palace for 9 or 10 to 14-year-old boys, but it's nice to have a beautiful surrounding anyway. So, if you'll come in here, this is our conference room, where we'll sit together with people who visit us, or when we talk to boys, or if we have a problem to solve, then we sit here together.
When your time was finished with the choir, was it difficult to leave all that behind? I mean...
Very much. After 4 years wearing a sailor suit and being admired as a very good singer, boy, singer, a child, yeah, you are glad to drop the uniform and not to be regarded as a child anymore. On the other hand, this is the first time in your life that you find out that something irreversible has happened. You may have been sick before, you became well again. You were sad before, you became happy again. But when you have finished to sing as a choir boy, you will never again stand on a stage as a choir boy. Memories, yeah, the places that the boys have been.
We went from room to room, and then he took us down to the cafeteria and outside where the boys were playing. So
I'd like you to meet Florian.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi. Stefan.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Christian, kommt hier rüber. Four of them are choir boys, yeah, all in the same choir.
What do you do with the choir the best? What's your...
Yeah, we play quite good football.
I think when I'd heard the Vienna Boys Choir, I thought they were going to be very serious. And it was all going to be about music. And what we forget is that somewhere in Vienna Boys Choir, they're boys.
Now, you think school is better here?
Yes.
Think you learn more?
No, not more, but more fun, yeah.
More
Just
fun?
More fun.
Wow. Now,
and we have shorter lessons.
right, shorter ones. Oh, I see.
There you go. Oh, geez.
What do you like most about music?
I like also Haydn, Schubert, and Mozart.
Do you do anything special for your voice to protect it, to save it, to make it better?
We have a rehearsal each day, 2 hours.
Their voices just float float toward you, and you're just lucky enough to catch those notes as they come by. It's just so beautiful. I have to admit, Foster, you were right. This is the best view in Vienna. I just can't believe we came all this way to get on a Ferris wheel.
No, it's not just any Ferris wheel. This is the Riesenrad. This Ferris wheel was built over 100 years ago for the World's Fair here. This Ferris wheel is a symbol of Vienna.
And it's a safe, smooth ride, unlike your snowboarding attempts. So we thought it'd be perfect for you.
I can't believe you're doing that. I'm still sore. I'm not talking about it. Can't we just say goodbye?
Sure. Wait, Mr. Elmeyer taught us the right way. Our dance instructor, the right way to say goodbye is Auf Wiedersehen.
Oh, that means goodbye. Goodbye.
And see you next time on Travelers.
I want to try that. That was good, huh? What are you doing? Get
Patrick!